This is section 1 in video 4. In previous video we just created a simple form you can see over here in HTML to insert or site details which we will be later on displaying on the result page. So without wasting time we need to work in PHP and insert this data into table. So you can write PHP codes anywhere inside HTML, but I prefer for this situation to write the PHP script or the PHP codes after the HTML tag. Here you can write after the HTML or anywhere you want. So for the PHP for writing PHP codes, we first need to insert its starting and closing tag. That is a very good practice for programmers and web developers. So the first thing is to insert a less than sign and then a question mark and then say PHP. Write PHP, after that close it. So inside these two blocks you can write any PHP code you want. So the first thing is to establish a MySQL connection in PHP, because for inserting or selecting data from the database you must have a connection established with MySQL. So here I am just writing MySQL_connect. This is a default command for establishing a connection with MySQL database in PHP, and here you will just insert 3 parameters where you need to say localhost. This is basically your server name. For online servers you can use the same localhost as a server name, and after that in the second point you will write the name of the users who is using the database, and by default in localhost there is a username called root, so you can write that because we have not changed it. If you go to your database and say to go back or to click the home, you click the users, so you will see here the some users, but if you go to search and here privileges, in privileges you can see there is a user root. You can change it or you can create a new user, but this time we don't need that. We can use the default settings, which is root, and there is no password. Password is not there. So there is no password. This is by default none, so you can leave it as it is. And after the database setting you can select the database inside your MySQL, because there are many databases. You can see here, if you go back, so there are many databases you can see, but our database is basically search. Here is the name of that database, so you need to select that one. So for that you write MySQL_select_db. so what is the DB? Inside 2 parentheses you can write the name. Inside 2 double quotes, double commas, you write the name of the database, like we have that database search. Now the next part is we will write a script, a PHP script to insert or to catch all this data coming in from the form. First of all we will say that if is set, this is a default command in PHP, if is set and the method is post. Basically this is basically a function. Inside this 2 curly brackets we can make an argument. We say if is set post, if what is set, what is clicked, basically what is pressed, what is active. So we are actually taking this submit button, the input type submit, and its name is submit, and we always deal with these names in the input fields. So we will just copy this button from here and paste it inside the post method, because we are using the post method in the form, and we say if the submit button is with the post method, if it is pressed or it is active, then what should be done or what should the script do? So basically, if this button is not pressed, then the rest of the code will not be executed, and if the button is pressed, the submit button is pressed, then the code, the script we are writing inside the if statement, that code will be executed. So if asset is always used for that. Now we need to create some local variables, for example, to cache the data, to receive the data from the user, or who is inserting the data. So first of all, we will say site title. Okay, site title will be equal to $_post and the two small brackets and single commas, or you can say single quotes. This is a local variable. You can name it anything you like, but for simplicity I am just giving the same name, site title, and the $sign is inserted before the name of the local variable, because this is a default style in PHP, or a default sign for creating local variables. And this will be is equal to $_post, which is a default global array in PHP, which actually receive the data from the input fields. So we are saying the input field name is site title. You can see it here, site title, and we are receiving the data from these names actually. Now this data which is coming in this full field by the user from here, in this someone will write anything here, that will be receiving by this array or this global variable, and will be saving in our local variable site title. So now I hope you have understood this. Now I will copy this for saving time, paste it few times over here, 5 times. The second one is site link. The field is also changed, site link. Third one is site keywords, I think. Yeah, let me check. Site keywords, yes. Here we're also having a different inside keywords, site _DESC descriptions, and DESC. And the last one is site image. And here we cannot use post, because this is not a text data or some kind of strings. So this is basically a media. So we use another array or global variable called files, and we need to say something more like the name of the file, the first variable we are getting from here, and we'll just copy it again. And we also need the temporary name for this, tmp_name for this image. This is always used because this will create a temporary name for this image in the MySQL or in the server folder site. So site image _ tmp, Control S to save. Now if this script is working, then we can echo it to test all of these variables. We can echo to test whether they are working or not, so we can go further. I echo all of them and save the page. Now come here, replace this page. There is a syntax error in 70 number line. Where is 70? This one, it is saying, oh, actually I have forgot to insert a semicolon. Okay, for each line you write in PHP, you have to insert a semicolon. That's mean the line has been completed and that line has been closed. So the second PHP line has been started. So after every line you need to insert this semicolon if you are familiar with PHP, or if not, then this is the basic structure for creating PHP lines or writing PHP codes. Control S to save. Now come back, refresh this page. So this is your form. If you write something and click this add site now button, if the data is coming, the names or the things are coming here on the page, that's mean the script is working fine. Just I will write site title is John Doe, the link is something like this, the keywords John Doe and something. This is just for testing purpose, something like this, something like that. And choose an image file from your computer, and now add site. This is click this button. So we have said in this script that if the button is clicked, means if it's set, so after that the rest of the code will be executed. Click this, and you have seen that John Doe, something like this, Doe, everything, the text data is coming here, displayed on the page. But actually we have some problems over here on line 65 and 66 where we have not changed, or something we have not, some index, undefined index of site title. So let us check 65 and 66. Yo, I'm really sorry, I have not changed the field of image to site image. This will also be the same site image, because in above one we are getting its name, in the second one we are creating a temporary name for it and saving it in local variables. You can see over here above the image field, site image. That's it. Control S to save. Now refresh the page again. This time we should see a perfect result, and just choose a file, add now. Now another problem over here, 65, 66. Let me find what is the problem. 65 site image is equal to files, is equal to file tmp name multi-part form date. Oh sorry, date. This is date. This should be data, not date. So if you have any problem in ink type, then if any misspelled or anything has been wrong, then the data will not be inserted and there will be an error like we are seeing over here. So again I have to refresh this page. Again I have to insert site title, site link, keywords, something in description, in an image as well. Now add site. Now we can see all the text data till here. In the image name, basically blogging.jpg, and the temporary name phpbe12.tmp, that is created inside the XAMPP folder. So our script is just working fine, perfect. Now we can go further. We need to now remove this echo commands from all the variables. Now we can go further. So let's create a query, a local variable called insert underscore query. This is a local variable, and this will be equal to double quotes and semicolon, and after inside the double commas we will write the SQL query, which is insert into sites. Sites is the name of the tables, the name of the table. Over here we are inserting the data inside the search database, and there is a table called sites. And for the database we have already made a connection over here. We have already established a connection, and now we need to select the table from that database, which is sites. And here we need to insert two parentheses, then write values, and then again two parentheses, So inside this first two parentheses we will write all the field names of this table. In the second one we will actually give this local variables, so the data from these local variables will be saving into this table. Let's get started. The first thing is site name inside the table, then you have to insert comma. Then second one is site title is first, then site comma site underscore link. The third one is site underscore keywords, then comma site underscore image. That's all. You just insert a comma. After keywords we have a site description, and then again comma, say site image. So we have 5 fields inside our table, and 5 fields we have given over here with order. Without order you cannot give the name, because the data may go inside the table, inside the table wrongly or something. Now we need to create we need to insert 2 single commas over here, and then a single 2 single commas to insert, and then one more comma here, then 2 more commas, and something like that. We need to copy this variable into the first one. I will tell you what we are going to do basically. Second one to the second one here, site link, site keyword I have copied, we can control C, site description, and site image will be here. 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, this will be removed. So actually what we are doing, we are saying save this SQL query into this local variable, and in the query we are saying insert into sites. The sites is the table name, and insert into sites, these are the fields with a good orders. The first one is site title, then site link, then site keyword, site description, site image, and the values which are coming in, which are to be inserted into this tables in these fields, are the site title. So the site title will be inserted into site title inside the table, and this is the local variable which is bringing a value from this field site title, which is above in the form. So that will be inserted to this one, the another one be inserted to this one, and so on. So Control S to save. Now one more thing is for images. And for images we use a default function in PHP like move uploaded underscore file. This is 2 parentheses. Inside this we write like the folder we have images. Okay, images. Inside that we say images temporary. Sorry, we have to insert something. Okay, so here inside the 2 parentheses we need to insert 2 double commas. Inside that we will first, before the double commas we will write the temporary name site underscore image underscore tmp, which is basically the temporary name of the image, and we will be saving it inside the images folder. And we will add 2 more curly brackets. There we will write the name of the image, that is actually site underscore image. This is all. Control S to save. So this uploaded image will be moved to that folder images we have inside, or here, we have inside our project folder, search images. We already have an image logo, but we can also have more images when they are inserted. Now run a query here, that query which is this one. Insert a query, a variable, a local variable. Inside that we have these all details. We are just now saying $run underscore query. This is another local variable inside we are which is equal to MySQL underscore query. This is a default function basically in PHP to run a query, a MySQL query. So inside these two parentheses we will give that reference of this query to run, this variable to run, or this query to run. So this query will be saved into this variable. Now let's say, or you can just directly say without creating this local variable, if MySQL query, then we say in these two curly brackets that echo. Inside echo we will insert a JavaScript tag, JavaScript start, JavaScript close, and we will give an alert. Inside the alert we will write some codes, for example data inserted into database, into table. Control S to save. So this is all what we have done. And if anything is empty, so we can put some validation over here, like we say if site underscore title is double equal means this is equal to nothing, and we can insert or site link is empty or equal to nothing, or there is nothing has been written in site keywords, or nothing in the site description. So we are adding a validation to all of these fields at once. Then at this point we are saying in these two brackets, because this is a if statement and we need to add an expression as well, we are saying in a JavaScript alert script tag start, script tag closed. We are saying in alert two parentheses for that in single quotes. Inside that write any of the fields, please fill all the fields. That's it. Control S to save, and come over here to the page, refresh it. Now if someone click this add site now, so it will display an error, please fill all the fields, and data inserted as well because we have not executed it here, and the code will run. So we need to add a default function in PHP exec. So it will, if any of the field is empty, then we will exec it here. The rest of the code will not be executed, and if you do not add this one, then this query will also be running, or this code also will be executed, and the rest of the code will also be so. Now if that is that, then do that. And another thing we say else, and else do this one. So we need also to add a curly bracket over here. So this is our programming, very simple and normal programming we are doing so far. Now come here, press the page, and if you write something in the site title here and left some fields empty and add site now, click this one. So it will be saying that please fill all the fields, and the code will not be executed further. Now we will go to google.com and search some data, for example SEO tools. So SEO tools, we need to actually add this page. This is, for example, just dummy data we are taking from Google, because we have created this search engine like Google, and we want to make it our own engine to search things. So the title of this page is basically this one, 100% free SEO tools. So I just write the site title as this one, and the site link is this one. I'm just copying it and pasting it here, and the keywords are like SEO tools, comma, SEO tips, SEO tutorials. In the description I'm just copying from here just for testing purpose, because this is not a plagiarism. I post it here. In the image I will select from my computer. I have some SEO related images over here. This is the image. Now we can add this site now, so we will see this in our database. Add site now page. Click here, and check your browser or your table, so you will see data. But the data is not that. The data is actually the previous data, which was the empty table. Just delete this from the table, so the table is empty now. Why the data is not inserted? Let us check. Site image, query, MySQL insert underscore query, echo data inserted into table. Else do this thing. Okay, let me check it again. %, free tools. So the site link. These are the keywords, and we have posted this thing as well. So now once again I have selected the image from here from my computer. Add site now. Now it says data inserted in your table. Basically there were some single commas which you cannot insert into database while you are running this query, because this query has some restrictions. We can discuss that later, but this time we have inserted the data, and we can check that into our database, in our table. In this table you can click the browse button. When you are in the table, you can click the browse button to find the data over here, that you have inserted by using your own form. So here you can see the site ID. Site ID is auto incremented, so it will increment until 10 digits. And the site title is this one. This is the link. Keywords are here, description, and the site image name is here. And if you go to your folder here inside the search engine project and click the images folder, so you will see the image is here. The image which we inserted through this form is now into this folder, and its name is inside the table, so we can recall this image and show when someone will search here. I will insert some more data into this table, or I can insert in front of you. This is the another title, the website, another title of the website, moose.com. Here is the link of the website, or you can open it. Also I will copy some description, paste it here, and this is the link, the website, some SEO etc keywords in an image will also be inserted. Add site now. Data insert into table. You can check it by browsing, by clicking browsing. This is another record. You can see moves etc. Now come to your images folder. So the image is here. There was just one image. Before there was single image, and now there are two images. So I will insert some more data during break, and after that I will show you all the rest of the procedure to display the data on the result pages. So this was section 2. This has been ended, and after this video we will start section 2, in which we will be displaying the data on the browser to the users when they run a query. So basically we simply did PHP, we simply created a PHP script in this tutorial, in this last video of this section, and we inserted the data into the database. So bye bye till next section.